Dusty Farrell is here to show us his freehand filigree. Welcome, Dusty.
Thanks for having me, Linda.
So nice to have you here, and I'm all excited to see what this is.
This is my brand new stuff for 2012.
Oh, and it is 2012.
Almost.
Almost.
For us.
All
Yes.
right.
So I've been working on this stuff about a year. The drawings have taken me 6 to 8 months to get them to where I wanted them to be. And it's really, really a new spin on some of the older bumpy edge feathers that have been done before. So they're very whimsical, very organic, and a ton of fun. And once again, in my style of Imperfect Perfect.
Well, they look wonderful. He's got a book, Freehand Filigree, and you can buy that on his website. So we're going to have you demonstrate how to do this, so we can learn how.
We're going to start with a border up and around and back, and then we're going to do 2 blocks, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Okay.
Okay, Linda, we're just working in a small border. To do a little squiggly vein. I'm in non-regulated mode.
Yes, you're sewing nice and fast.
I like to move right along. Time's money. And a lot of times I double up my spines. That way there's only one start and one stop. And that leaves me room if I want to go back through and do something inside, I can. And then we're going to get down here to the bottom.
Looks like a really pretty ribbon. I like the way it's crossing.
I love ribbon spines for my feathers and my freehand filigree. And once again, we're going to start the same way with a little curly Q. And then we're going to start adding those little bumpy edge feathers and lots of little extras to everything.
So you have one curl go one way and one kind of go the other direction.
One
Okay.
go one way, one go the other way. They can go any way. It's all about what you want them to look like. And every time I do them, they look a little different. Little curly Q there. Once again, I'm working in a border, so I'm just trying to fill it to the edge. Try to get some bigger loops in here, some more curly Qs. Always room to put a little something there.
It's kind of fun to make things up as you go, huh?
It's a lot more fun that way. Then there's no set path. I'm just trying to get it full.
And it'll be interesting to see how you do the corner.
I'm going to shrink them up just a freckle so to make the other ones on the other side bigger. Great place to put a big one.
I can see this really gives it a kind of a curly, delicate look. This will be real fun.
Well, that's what filigree means, is that it's real ornate and delicate. And that's why we chose that for the title. And I'm just having so much fun with it. I can do it all day. I never get tired of it. And it's just different. A new spin on something old. Once again, I'm just working on filling in to the edge, Linda. Adding them little curly Qs here and there. Working them in where I can. Adding a little vein to all the little feathers. overlapping. Keep working on filling it up. Back to one of them corners. Try to get a nice big one in that corner. There we go. That filled up nice.
So you continue all the way down and then you go back?
Yeah, I can go back,
Or
or
can you start and come back from where you are?
I may just stop and tie off and come back and start again and come up the other side with this one. Like I said, you could go and fill through some of the spines, do some little pebbling or some little spiralies in there. Let's see, we can maybe do a couple here. I think I left myself enough room, not change anything. Okay, now let's see if we can work our way back. Little horseshoe in there.
Well, that gives nice texture in the...
Yeah, just a little something extra. Maybe do a couple of them in there. Really thicken it up. A little thread painting in there never hurt nothing.
Boy, that did a lot to pop that out, didn't it? It's nice.
Maybe a little loop-de-loop. Lots of room there. We can put some more little horseshoes in there. I'm going to work back in on filling up that side. Put 2 veins in that one. Stretching these ones out just a little further. Gives you a definitely different type of quilting look to it, real whimsical, or
It is really
nice
pretty,
and
Dustin.
organic.
Yeah, I love it.
Definitely fits into those trendier quilts a little better.
It's not all that soft feather, look that we're so used to. It just really is very pretty.
It gives your eye enough to look at that it doesn't really pick up anything wrong in it because it's all a little different. Then it's all about texture and flow and how your eye moves around the piece versus picking up something that isn't right or the overlap isn't quite there. And that's going to finish it up.
That's lovely. What if we wanted to put this in a block? Show us
I'm going to show you a
block design.
crazy block design. And I'm going to backtrack that back out, and then I'm going to start feathering. Running that filigree all through it. With that much open space, this filigree can be very, very big.
So you can get it done faster too.
Done faster, but you can add some of those more curly cues. You can really make them a little bit more ornate.
This is beautiful thread that you're using too, Dusty. I really love it.
It's a Wile thread, and I'll have to check the name on the cone, but I use all Wile thread pretty much now. It runs strong for me, and anything that I can run wide open and not break, I am definitely into that. When you have a souped up machine that runs crazy fast, you need thread that's strong. And I like the thread to lay on top. And it's laying nice right now. Looks like a good place to switch over here.
Oh, you can just cross over like that and go into a new area.
Yep. Gives you a lot of motion in the block. Or commotion, depending on how you look at it. I think I'm going to fill that clear in. I'm not going to come up the other side of it. When there's no rules, there's no rights or wrongs. It's just about getting it done and getting it full. And getting a nice look all at the same time. Hey, thanks for blowing that dust bunny out of the way.
What I really like is that you can travel over a line again.
Well,
and
there's a lot.
looks like thread painting.
There's a lot going on in there, so nobody notices. A few little here and there's where I need to travel to keep from having to start and stop. And you can always go back and fill it in here and there to get an extra heavy look to the spine, or to add a little bit of extra in your custom quilting to make it a little bit more special here and there. Just
Well,
a great look.
That filled that block in lickety-split.
Pretty fast. And we're almost done. Help hide some of those little bits of backtracking. And we're almost there, right back out to where we started.
So let's talk about some of the quilts that you brought today.
Okay, let's talk about quilts.
All right.
Which one would you like to start
well,
with, Linda?
I love the one that's right here behind me that's gray and
my
black.
Celtic cross I did just for fun. All the light gray area is reverse applique, cutaway.
Oh, really?
And There's an entire light gray layer underneath the entire top layer.
Okay, so not in just certain areas, just the entire
The
thing.
whole, there's 2 quilt tops there because I didn't know exactly where I wanted to cut away. I wanted options. So I can cut away anywhere
Just
and
be
get that
careful
gray.
when you're cutting away, huh?
Yes. If you get through both layers and get into the batting, it's a little hard to hide that. A little bit of glue sometimes, a little extra stitching, some thread painting will take care of it. But if you get through both layers, it's
Yeah.
a little hard. I generally use Famore Cutlery's curved scissors when I'm using for doing reverse applique because they're bent up, and I very seldom cut through both layers as long as I'm going slow. And I cut it out while it's in the table.
Oh,
While
well,
it's
that makes
tight.
sense. You can sit down and do that right here.
Sit down and do it right here, and away you go.
That's nice.
The roses, the one bigger rose is reverse applique also with kind of a lead line look to it. So I just stitched in black thread 5 or 6 passes, trimmed it away, and it frays out just a pinch, and I love it.
Looks like an embroidery look.
It does. I
Nice.
love that quilt.
Thank you again for coming and showing us your new freehand filigree and sharing your quilts with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
appreciate
We've
it.
had a great time. Good friends, good food, family, the kids. It's all been amazing.
We
Thank
had a
you
lot of-
so much for having us.
A lot of fun, so